Andrade takes on Tatiana Suarez. And Tim, I dug in deep to this one. I can't wait to talk to you about this one because I came in with a whole lot of baggage here. I've been DMing back and forth with my guy Keg. You know, he's the NASCAR guy, but he's also one of the sharpest MMA guys I know, and we talk every single week about these fights. And he is Tatiana Suarez's unofficial husband. Like this, he loves this girl, and for good reason. She's an incredible wrestler. Like we rolled out the red carpet for her return last time, told the whole story, everything that happened to her, you know, the injury to her neck that ended up leading to a scan that caught the cancer that saved her life because she got hurt for MMA, and that's why she's been gone so long. She's just an incredible talent. All the people who had belts when she was here, Carla Esparza finished her. Like, you know what I mean? Like she just was she was a wrecking ball. She was coming for the belt before she had to take a break from MMA. 9-0, undefeated. Mrs. Patchy Mix, apparently, which that speaks just wonders to me because Patchy Mix is a crazy, incredible talent himself as well. I expected to anchor every single bet I made with Tatiana Suarez. And I'm telling you, Tim, I was going to give out every single official pick, and I was going to like line them up and list them and be like, I like this money line, we parlay it with Suarez. I like this money line, we parlay it with Suarez. Like, I'm just going to use Tatiana Suarez to get even money or plus money on every single pick I make this week because she will smash this version of Jessica Andrade. And then I ran the tape. Tim, Andrade might be the Derek Lewis y'all must have forgot this week. She's 24-11. She looks like she's speed running her new contract, trying to get through these fights as fast as humanly possible. And we've seen everything from Andrade. It's always the same thing, right? She comes forward, she's aggressive, she wings those big old powerful hooks. She's fast. She can rack up the damage in a short amount of time with how quick she is and how hard she hits. She's a BJJ black belt, and it feels like she's been kind of exposed in her last couple of fights. And I kind of feel like people are grading her just a tidbit too harshly. So let me explain. In her last fight against Yan Xiaonan, it was a get the bad taste out of my mouth of the Erin Blanchfield loss, right? She turned around as quickly as humanly possible and took that fight. And she was literally running Yan down. It was like a reckless aggression in that fight. And she got caught by a counter. She wasn't out, Tim. Like, Andrade was not unconscious from that counter. She popped back up. She started to defend. She started hunting for an underhook. And the ref pulls her off like it's over. And she was honestly baffled. She looked at the ref like, what are you doing? Like, she got caught with a big punch and sat down. She literally ran into the fist of Yan Xiaonan. But I don't think she was as hurt as people are making it out to be. Now, the Erin Blanchfield fight, she's fighting up at 125. Her natural weight class, or her most effective weight class, I guess I should say, because her natural was 125. Her most effective weight class is the 115, where she's got that strength and power advantage. She was actually doing really well against Erin Blanchfield early in that fight. Early on, she was having success striking, and Erin was doing a good job countering. What really led to the end was the trip takedown from the body lock. Caught her off guard, but then there's the wardrobe malfunction. She was saying that she was distracted by the wardrobe malfunction, and it didn't lead to the takedown happening, Tim. It led to the pass because Erin Blanchfield stepped over and jumped into side mount faster than I've ever seen anybody pass. And nobody, literally nobody, has ever passed Jessica Andrade's guard that quickly. It doesn't happen. That's because she was trying to pull her shirt down in that moment. So the takedown happened. That's all Erin. Can't take a dang thing away from her. But that pass, I don't know that happens without the wardrobe malfunction. And then, of course, the rest is history. She jumps on her back and chokes her out almost immediately. I'm not sure those two losses are the story of Jessica Andrade at 31 years old. This is another spot, like Black Beast last week, where the price tag is she's shot, she's dead, she stands zero chance whatsoever. If you run back some of Tatiana Suarez's fights, so in her last fight, she takes the opportunity against Montana De La Rosa at 125. Her natural weight class is the 115, but it's been so long for her coming back that she didn't want to risk losing the fight on like a weight cut or anything like that. So she takes the fight at 125. She mauls Montana De La Rosa early in that fight. She's one step ahead in the grappling. But in the second round, she starts to slow down. In the second round, Montana De La Rosa starts to have some success. And it's not until Montana makes a mistake that she jumps on a guillotine and taps her out. And that seemed like it seemed inevitable when the fight started that Montana De La Rosa was going to get finished by Tatiana Suarez. But 30 seconds before it happened, I thought we were headed for a split decision, Tim. That fight was turning into a slog that was getting competitive the deeper that it went. And then I dug deeper. You go back against Nina Nunez, Mrs. Nunez, the other side of our champion, retired champion. God bless. She went to a decision in that fight with Nina. And that's a Diaz fight, Tim. If Nina Nunez was booked in a 5-round main event against Tatiana Suarez, she wins that fight. It was the first time Tatiana wasn't in the driver's seat in her entire career. And she started huffing and puffing. Nina was able to defend a ton of takedowns in that fight. She was able to make this girl work. And when she made her work, Tatiana started to fade. And you know what we really saw in that fight, Tim? Tatiana still has no striking to speak of. It is so basic. She's got these weird leaping inside kicks. She does have a nice calf kick, but it's always naked, which means she's going to be there to get countered. Erin had success on the feet because she was countering Andrade and landing big punishing shots. If Tatiana Suarez had the striking, that would open up the grappling, but she doesn't. Andrade is not going to be scared of a single punch coming back her direction. Yan Jianan sat down on a bomb and it dropped Jessica Andrade. That's never happening against Tatiana Suarez. And when you see Jessica Andrade, when people get in on the body lock on her, when people hit double legs, when people get in on single legs, her balance is incredible. Erin Blanchfield had a real hard time getting this girl down to the ground. She has got, let me get the number here, 73% takedown defense still after all this. Blanchfield went 1 of 3 on her takedowns. So people think she's just been exposed and her grappling is awful and it's going to come easy. Blanchfield had a real hard time getting to her. I don't think Jessica Andrade is washed yet. I don't think Jessica Andrade is dead yet. The deeper this fight goes, the more it favors her. I think she's going to have a tough time in round 1. You're going to get Tatiana Suarez grabbing that body lock. You're going to get her maybe landing a takedown on her because she's big, she's powerful, she's strong. But if she does not finish Jessica Andrade in the first round, Tim, this fight gets real hairy. This fight gets real hairy going into round 2. And in fact, it gets nasty going into round 3. I think the round 3 KO sprinkle on Andrade, that's happening, folks. I am betting round 3 TKO Jessica Andrade. And I've been trusting my balls all year, Tim. I've been doing it all year. It's worked out real well. I don't know if I've got the balls to bet this thing pre-flop. I'll be watching extremely closely on that first round to see what that looks like. Because again, in this spot, it's going to tell us a lot. If Tatiana wins in round 1, which is totally possible, it's on the table, then obviously I don't want to be on the Andrade money line. But if she does not win in round 1 and this thing heads to a round 2, I want to be on Jessica Andrade the deeper this fight gets. Do you guys not remember the absolute beating she put on Lerone Murphy for 25 straight minutes? The pace, the cardio, the pressure. What's that?
You said Lerone Murphy.
Oh, gee. Yeah, Andrade pounded Lerone. No, I'm sorry. Lauren Murphy. We just watched Lerone Murphy fight a couple weeks ago. Mix up of the name. I apologize. I think Andrade is live, Tim. I'm sorry. I know that was long-winded, everybody. I know that was long-winded, but like I said, I dove in deep onto this fight because I fully expected to be parlaying more money than would be healthy on Miss Tatiana Suarez. And I came away going, I don't think I want my money anywhere near her at minus 425. What do you make of this fight, Tim?